All right, y'all, it's pouring down rain again. Um, we got moved in and set up on the new hardwood track and, everything like that. So hopefully we can get back to work pretty soon. Uh, it's a pretty good place to get in and out, but being pouring down rain and being hardwood, a lot of it we got to, trim with the power saw, and nobody really wants to do that in pouring down rain. But anyway, I just took a load to the chip mill that I had loaded the other day. Uh, we just been, having a time here lately getting everything done and all. So I hadn't had time to get, you know, a bunch of trailers loaded up where I can haul on days like today. I just had that one sitting there. So anyway, just kind of thinking about it, how everything is and all, and logging. Well, I'm sure there's other jobs like it, it's kind of weather dependent and everything, but logging is one of them industries that just has so many things that plays a factor in, whether you can work in general or, the money, the profit, and everything like that. You've got a lot of things to rely on. You've got weather, number one. You've got the meals to be able to sell, to have quota, because there's so many loggers around, and they can only process the wood so fast. So when they get full, they cut you back on the quota where you can only get so many loads a week. They like to keep you on a leash. Then you got to count on being able to find the wood to cut and everything like that goes with that, and then you got to rely on having the help people to work in the woods and everything like that. You got to rely on the equipment that everything will work. You got to rely on diesel fuel that they'll bring it out to the woods and that it's available. So far, we hadn't had any problems of not being able to get it. It's just been really expensive, but there was a time around Thanksgiving everybody was kind of worried that it was not going to be available, but it we didn't have a problem with it. But again, like I said, pouring down rain now and not being able to work today over this, past few days. We had to move the equipment and everything, move out of the old track from last Thursday to Monday, move out of the old track, get everything turned around, hooked up, moved out and all. Spinning and digging, pulling around in the mud and all that fun stuff. And I worked all day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday trying to get everything moved and set up. And still just seem to end up behind. It just don't seem like you can get ahead. But I was moving to Skidder on Sunday evening, and two tires blowed out on the lowboy trailer. So I had to have come help get that, back going and everything. There was a bolt that come out of the brake shoes in there or whatever, and come out and got hung up in the brake rotor around the hub and all that stuff, and locked the wheel up and blowed the tires out. I had to, take a hammer and get it broke loose and get the bolt, moving around in there, and then be able to wiggle it out with some pliers and stuff. But always something. Monday we had a hydraulic hose problem on the loader, so that set us back, plus being able to get settled in and get started and everything like that. Tuesday went pretty decent. Yesterday, I was hauling a load about midday, and two tires blowed out on my truck. I was sitting on the side of the road again. These were on the truck when I bought it. They still had some tread on it, but I don't know how many times they've been capped, but you could tell they was kind of dry rotted. But anyway, the cap turned loose on it, and they exploded. So, I don't know if you ever had that happen to you, but I'm sure you've been up and down the road and seen hunks of tire laying everywhere, and generally that's what happens when you see those hunks of tires laying around. But finally got that going. I had to get my sister and my mama to bring out some old tires that I've already took off of the truck because they were too slick. But it got me going and got me off the side of the road. And after I got that load off and everything, then yesterday I had to change some more tires yesterday evening and rob some off of my flatbed trailer because they're the same size. And also, knock on wood and everything like that, like the old folks say, I think I fixed my transmission leak. The little cover in the bottom of it was leaking, and I pulled it all down and cleaned it up, cleaned all the old gasket stuff off, and got the silicone gasket maker and put that around it real good and put it on there and let it set up, and took a heat gun and heated it a little bit and tried to help it dry along, and then filled it back up with oil. And I went over that last night and brought the load home for the one I just took off this morning here. So far I don't see any leak. So far so good. Hopefully it holds up. No news is good news. The oil that goes in this transmission is extremely expensive. It's anywhere from $150 to $210, $15 for 5 gallons of it, which when the transmission is completely empty, it holds about 5 gallons. So, yeah, that's expensive. But I say all that to get to the point of the video. In my opinion, logging like this with all the, hassle and trouble and everything like I've just went through, it's an industry that has to be in your blood. It has to be something that you enjoy doing and that you're passionate about. Or, to be honest, you're not going to do it. You're going to say, screw it and go get a better job somewhere. Something that you have dependable days and hours that you can count on working, and you can make such a set amount of money, and something you can bank on, as they say. Here in the logging industry, that is not the case, or at least not for the small loggers. When we have rain and we're out, we don't make money. If something breaks down, it takes a couple days to fix. That's, unless it's something we can get by with or something, a truck or something, where we got extra. We're not making money that way. Like I said, moving tracks, same thing, not making money that way. Unless loads go out and go to the mill, we're not getting paid. And I ain't gonna argue that it does suck. And it makes some hard weeks sometimes, some hard months. This past at least month and a half, maybe 2 months, has absolutely sucked for me. Between the weather and not being able to work, and my truck falling apart faster than I can patch it back together, it has absolutely sucked. I mean, I am thousands of dollars off of the mark of where I need to be. I had to put $700 worth of batteries in here. I've got a $500 starter. I've got like a $100 piece that I need to put on the transmission that I hadn't got on there yet. I put shocks on here because they were just so busted it was literally bouncing all around on the road. And yeah, it's just been eventful and expensive. Like I said, I lost at least one load yesterday dealing with those tires. Maybe even 2 loads that I could have got out. But it is what it is. It ain't for everybody. But this is, what I've always known ever since I was a kid. I grew up in logging. I'm a 3rd generation logger. And, basically that's just it. Here I am. For better or worse, we keep digging, we keep going at it, and hopefully we can continue to, make it, struggle along, and hopefully sometime, you know, things will get better. You know, costs will go down, maybe money go up, and we'll be able to do better. And things will hold up, weather stay good, be able to sell the wood, and all those factors, all the stars will align. But until then, we'll just keep doing what we're doing. I guess it's a hard life, but somebody's got to do it. Uh, anyway, appreciate everybody watching and sharing the videos and supporting and everything like that. Hopefully you've got something out of all of these videos and everything I've been doing. And that's about it for this one.